Namaste, good morning, and good evening. I'm Prithvi joining from Bangalore, and I welcome all of you to the day 6 of Stillness Beat. Here we are all here to practice meditation, and I thank all of you for joining us today because out of this space, we're all having a lot of responsibilities and work and thoughts and lot many things, but this space, just this 1 hour of time, it's just for you to be with your breath with no expectation. uh, with that, let's begin our meditation with no expectations, because there's no good or bad meditations. uh, any kind of experiences that we get in meditation is absolutely fine. The only bad meditation is the one which we don't do. So if you're giving time for meditating, that itself is great. As we go on, the mind will start settling and we will start getting towards the stillness. So let's begin today's meditation, and I invite Sharath for that. Good morning, Sharath.
Hi Prithvi, good morning. Yes, that is true. Yeah, but I would say for me personally, if you have, I don't know, it's irony or not, if you have more thoughts or more engagements, you get into meditation faster. The reason is that is where you get a reference that you have to get back to breath. So everything is a blessing. Someone who really get into meditation faster is a blessing. A person or any master, right, who has a lot of thoughts, lot of engagements in this world, has a very good reference to switch between thoughts and the breath, right? That is also very good, right? So I think there is nothing called, you rightly said, bad or good meditation, right? So with this thing, do not worry if you have so many things in this world to accomplish, duties, responsibilities. Um, maybe you might be handling a big project in your office, family responsibilities, difficulties, health problems, doesn't matter, right? All of those things are going to help anything, right? So without taking much time, I hope my audio is okay, right?
I think we lost Sharath. Let's just give a few minutes for him to get back. Yeah, Sharath is back. Yes, Sharath, we can.
I'm sorry. I think
That's it.
I hit leave meeting, it looks like.
Okay, no problem.
I'm sorry for that. All right. So let's take 10 seconds time, not talking anything. Invite the silence, emptiness. The method what we are going to use for meditation is Ana-Pana-Sati Meditation. This is for the beginners. And the steps what we use is very simple. It is already there on the screen. Sit in comfortable sitting posture where you can sit for longer duration. As you meditate, mind begins to settle down. That's why you have to clasp your fingers. That is the second step. So that we form a circuit and the energy is staying within your body. Cross your feet for similar reasons. Eyes needs to be closed. because they are the biggest input into your mind. And be with your natural breath. You should not change the way the breathing is happening at this moment, at this point. Whatever speed, whatever frequency it is, you should not change. You have to start with observing your natural breath. Okay, I hope we followed all these 5 steps. Let's begin the journey. So, while closing your eyes, if you have any specs, you can just remove it. It doesn't matter whether you sit on a couch, sofa, or on the floor. Gently close your eyes without trapping too much light in in your eyes. Now, at this moment, your awareness is everything what is happening around you. That is where we are. With whatever thoughts you are with, whichever place you are sitting, standing, you might be sitting in a group, might be hearing many sounds. That is what your consciousness is currently engaged with. That's okay. As you close your eyes, so many things comes into your awareness. If you watch or observe your body, there could be a pain, there could be a itching, there could be some kind of irritation or maybe relaxed. So that is the current state. So from this state of consciousness, what we do is the biggest sensation which is happening right now in your body is the natural breathing. Bring your focus to the breathing. After you exhale, inhalation starts on its own. Start observing from that point. Let go. Relax your body. Relax. Be with your blood exclusively. All other things will fade away in time. Allow mind to settle down. Do not interfere with your mind. Relax. Be with your breath for next 5 minutes. Do not meddle with your mind. Cut the thoughts. Come back to your breath. Relax. Be with your breath, masters. The density of thoughts are decreasing. We are not bothered. Relax. Don't do anything. Just observe your breath. No judgment. Do not recall anything. Do not analyze. Do not run away with your thoughts. Anchor to your breath. Relax. Be in this state, masters. Wonderful, serene, calm. The state of pratyahara. Away from your senses. Be here until I call you back. Masters, we are at the source. We are all connected here. We have arrived at the space of healing, energy, understanding. Let's heal ourselves. Let's heal the world around us. Please repeat mentally the next few statements, affirmations. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. As we start our day, let's make these four agreements. Let it drill into our subconscious. I will be impeccable with my word. I will not take anything personally. I will not make any assumptions. I will do my best. Masters, let's be in this understanding for next 45 seconds. A minute of no mind is always better than 1,000 engagements. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rub your palms. Take a moment. Put it on your eyelids. And slowly open your eyes to here and now. You can continue in this state if you want. Over to you, Prithvi. Thank you for meditating with me today.
Thank you, Sharath. Thank you so much for that beautiful meditation. And friends, thank you so much for meditating together. I hope all of us are back from meditation. And I also have a request from all our friends here. From tomorrow, it'll be good to see you all meditating on the cam. It'll help the meditation master see the journey of how you're meditating, and it'll be more encouraging to all others also in the group. So today, for the wisdom sharing, we have Sam. So I invite him for the, yeah, please can we unmute him?
Make me a co-host as well, Prithvi.
Yes, sure.
Good morning, everyone, and good evening. What a beautiful way to start the day or end your working day for people in US. Wonderful meditations, Prithvi and Sharath and team. Beautiful. Thanks for a great start that you guys have given for this program. We are still at the basics. The first 2 weeks, we wanted to be at the basics. We have a lot of time. There's no hurry, as you said. So yesterday I saw your bite. I was traveling, I couldn't join the session. So I saw your knowledge bite, Prithvi. You were talking about conscious creation. There are only 2 states that we'll be in. One is a state of being, and the other one is a state of doing. Okay. In this program, when we meditate, we are going into non-doing, a state of deep being, a state of stillness. But when we come out, we get into doing. The doing starts with mind, thoughts, speech, actions, right? This is all our doing. So to be conscious of your doing means to be conscious of your thoughts, then your speech, and then, of course, your actions, right? So becoming conscious is what we are practicing in meditation. By being conscious of our breath, what is going on within, right? So before I get into that, whatever we do in our life, what for we do it? To get what?
Sorry, you broke for a minute. Can you repeat?
What are we creating everything for?
Yeah, basically to be happy and peaceful.
Okay. So after creating what we want, are we happy?
The craving goes on.
So here I want to share Master's wisdom, Patriji's wisdom. He has written a small book by name Anandam Ante. That was in Telugu. I read it long back. In that book, it's a very small book, just 10 pages or so. And he gives a tip, a beautiful tip there. He says, if you want to be happy in life, you have to do this. He just asks you to do something. And what could that be? Any guesses, Prithvi? Can you hear me?
Yes, I am just thinking maybe to meditate and I don't know. Yeah, we cannot see you or hear you. Maybe you're having some network issue. Let's just give a minute for it, for him to get back, friends. Yeah, maybe until he joins back, we can have the experience sharing by Sharath. He's been meditating from 2 decades. Let's hear his experience of meditation.
I think Sam is back. Sam, you want to continue?
Yeah, I'm in Tanjore attending the music fest. So there are internet issues, I guess, in this hotel. So I just came out. Is it clear now?
Yes, very clear.
So I was talking about the Patriji's tip about how to be happy. He just gives one tip. I thought it is just a waste of time reading this book. After reading that tip, it's like, how can it be so simple? But it really works. I wanted to share that as today's wisdom. He said, if you want to be happy in life, you have to decide that you want to be happy. You just have to decide that, okay, I'll be happy from now. That's it. And I'm like, what? It cannot be so. It's such a, I mean, it's common sense. We all want to be happy. Why? We have to, I thought, then I became conscious. Have I ever decided to be happy? Oh, I realized we actually never decide. We keep pursuing things to get happiness. We keep running behind things. If we get it, we are happy. And if we're not getting it, we are sad. Right? So today, friends, people who come into meditation, at a later point of time, they'll understand that joy is a better word than happiness. Happiness is a state of mind. If something can give you happiness, the same thing can give you sorrow. If you have money, you are happy. If you don't have money, you're sad. But joy is something which is beyond happiness and sorrow. So let us intend from today that we will have joy in our life, unconditional joy, and joyfully we experience everything. Good, bad, ugly, success, failure, learnings, everything. There can be a state of undisturbed joy. That's when you know that things in life don't control us. We control everything. You control mind, you decide how to feel here, how to take things here. And you realize that joy can never be disturbed. You can always have a smile. You can always be peaceful inside. It is that state we achieve using meditation, and you don't have to lose it. And this is what we'll be practicing from tomorrow, right after meditation. We will intend for the day. And how do we intend for the day? First of all, whatever you want in life, life is nothing but a few thousands of days, right? So, what you can create taking one day at a time, you can create it in your whole life. So, to practice creation, you need to take one day at a time. And you have to intend. Intention can be very simple, like, let my day be fill in the blanks, whatever you want. I want to be peaceful, joyful, productive, up to you. But make sure you're only asking for things which are in your control. For example, I want a certain thing, like I want to experience, like say, a tasty meal. I should intend, like, I want to have a tasty meal today. I should not think like Prithvi has to make that meal for me. She has to prepare it because there is a fundamental. You can create your reality, but never others' reality. Everybody has freedom. So a lot of people, while manifesting things and creating things, they do small mistakes. They don't take the universal principles into consideration. But you can always experience what you want to experience without fiddling with others' realities. So while intending, you need to be focusing on what you need to experience that day. This is also given, compared to, going to a restaurant and ordering food. You go to a restaurant, what do? You look at the menu and you first decide what you want to eat, what you feel like eating. It's not what you want to, what you feel like, right? So you take time, look at the whole menu. You ask yourself, what do I feel like? What do I actually want? You need clarity for that. To get clarity, you need to be in stillness. For a moment, you need to be in a still state of mind. Otherwise, you're rushing and you will order something which is not right for you. So being in the right state before you start your creation is very, very important. And that's what we are practicing now. Getting into a right state, which is state of stillness, where the wandering of the mind stops and the awareness starts. And whatever you do with awareness, that's going to, create right things. So in the word be it, BE stands for your being. A and T stands for your thoughts and awareness. Remember, friends. So these two are the things that we are practicing. There are some more tips that we need to cover about conscious creation. So tomorrow we'll continue, Prithvi, and then we'll start. We'll make an exercise of how to create on a daily basis. That's when we can start including all three things like Ho'oponopono, 4 agreements, and daily intentions. That's how we end our meditations from day after tomorrow. So we'll be ending our first week of Stillness Beat tomorrow. So we will finish this topic tomorrow. All right. Thank you so much, Prithvi.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
Yeah. So, friends, we also have Sharath to share his experience today. Let's hear from him.
All right, Prithvi. Thank you. I'm audible, okay, right? Yeah. So, the first thing what uh, I will start with, like, and I will make it very short. So, the way the meditation entered into my life is I was already working in 2003 for the last 3 to 4 years. And then I was thinking something casually on my couch at home. And then I was feeling very anxious. What is going to happen to my life? Will I grow? And so many things were rushing through. And then I was thinking, I need some kind of guidance where I can really catch hold of my life and be happy. So that is when we had a landline at that point in time at home. So that is when I got a call, right, from my dear friend. He said, hey, there is a meditation program. There is a master where there is a group meditation. People will come there and session. So we group of friends, right? Immediately I started, jumped out of my couch. Maybe it's my calling, right? So I jumped out of my couch, and then I went to that session. And that is when I went there. There were a lot of people there. People are waiting for someone to start the meditation and all this stuff. We are asked to sit in some place, and then that is when I first meditated. So when you first meditate, there is no expectations. Only there are methods like what I told you, right? It's a PSSM based, senior master. So I was sitting and I was asked to meditate. I was asked to simply close my eyes, all the steps what I give at the beginning of everyday meditation. I said, it's so simple, very easy. And this is how you actually become very calm. And remember, that is a first day, and there were no expectations. I was just sitting, nobody telling me anything like, this is going to happen, that is going to happen. See, your mind can be right away conditioned. Hey, you are going there, you go to that meditation, see, this is going to happen, a third eye will open, right? Something like this. Nothing was told. I was simply asked to sit and meditate. That 2 or 3 minutes of silence, calmness changed everything, right? Okay, you can be this calm. Everything is crystal clear almost all. It was just for 3, 4 minutes. And then I started meditating almost all daily. When I started meditating, then things in my life started changing. So I remember Prithvi saying, I just relate to that, when you actually meditate, your nervous system changes, and your nervous system automatically attracts those situations which suits you, which where you feel comfortable, right? Where you feel right. Those things started happening. I changed the job, I got a better job, but again mind comes into picture, right? Now I got what I want, I stopped meditating. When I stopped meditating, then all of a sudden I had more than what I had before. I become unhappy again, you know and I was not understanding why I was not unhappy. Very simple, you will not become special when you meditate, right? Everybody who are meditating, everybody can meditate and everybody can become special, everybody can become normal, right? It is not like you will really achieve something. It is not like that. You will become your natural self. So I was searching what is happening with me. I have more money coming into my pocket, right? I am in a different city. I have my friends, but I'm not happy. Then again, I was reminded saying that, hey, you have to calm your mind, because if your mind will go on like that, right? It is wanting more, right? That is making you unhappy. Then again, sat for meditation, right? And then I continued. So when I continued my meditation, right, then it became a natural practice, right? It is happening automatically. I was able to meditate anytime. Even if I get a 5 minutes gap, I was able to meditate. It's such a blessing, right? You can simply switch off from everything. So I was clearly able to know between who I am, who is meditating, and what are all other things which are happening. That is your thoughts, feelings, everything. That is my first experience. Hey, you are different from all those things which are happening around you, right? Including your thoughts. That's a wonderful realization. Then lot of success came into picture, very clear. Why it happened is because you are very clear. You get a great choice to choose what you want. Your mind settles down, right? Then you have so many things in front of you, crystal clear, and then your intuition guidance, right, will automatically pick the right thing for you, right? I stopped asking, right? I want that, I want this, I want that, right? So things were naturally happening. I am now in abundance now, right? I don't care, right? So then this is what is the initial phase. The next phase is like, when you are meditating, when you are shifting from your mind and all those things. I had my first out of body experience. And why I'm telling this is, till then everything I was feeling within my body and mind, right? Whatever. But this is the first time when I came out of the body. It was a 1.5 hour of meditation and I came out of the body. Initially, it scared me. But again, in the next moment, it was very calm, smooth. It as if I am detached from all the attachments I had. And that is another big realization that, you're not your body. What a wonderful way to understand that you are not your body. This is going to happen to everybody, nothing to scare, right? As you meditate sincerely, as you meditate, focus on your breath, you will get this realization, right? And when you know that you are not his body, you don't have to fear anything. You exist beyond your mind and body. That is another next realization I had. I have not become great, right? Just got another understanding, right? So there were many such kind of experiences, right? Only thing which I could not do consciously until now is the astral travel, right? So I go out of the body. After some time, I don't know where I am going. So I am not very conscious. I have to be still sincere, right? I have to be still more, right? Meditating, very intensely, right? To get control over that. You don't have to control. Basically, it will naturally happen. So, friends, with this I will stop because, why I'm telling all these things is all this, there are many numerous experiences which will come into your life, and nothing is going to make you great, right? They are very natural, right? Every meditator is going to get it in their own way, in their own taste, in their own mindset, and all that stuff, right? So that will add more understanding to you. You will understand you're not your body. You can be away from your mind. You can choose your reality, like Sam said, right? You can be in abundance. Decision making will be faster. It is as good as in a foggy, morning, you're able to see the path very clearly, right? So with that, I will stop. So I have done other meditation practices, right? I have done, Kriya Yoga and all those things. Let me tell you, meditation will add more understanding, more realization, enlightenment. Enlightenment is nothing but a light onto what you have realized, right? That is what is enlightenment. It is a continuous process. It is nothing called someone is just enlightened. Enlightening. It keeps on. It keeps on revealing, right? Universe is still expanding, right? So we have to be in meditation continuously. You should not stop. Everybody is beginner at the day one and also beginner at the last day of your bodily life. That is how the attitude should be. And whatever comes in our life, we have to take it as an understanding. It will not make you great, low, high. That is mind's game, right? So with this, I will stop my experience. Thank you so much.
Beautiful, beautiful, Sharon. Thank you so much. As you said, just because we become meditators, we are no special. And your journey just explained that. Thank you so much. Thank you all for joining today. Let's meditate and start intending from tomorrow onwards. So thank you all. See you tomorrow. Bye.